Hey everybody, it's me, it's your boy, it's Cheaty.
Hey,
Um,
Paisano.
Hi, it's Eleanor. I'm
Oh
Arizona
God.
trash. Tyler, Tyler, you've recently caught up to season 3 of The Good Place.
Oh, I
Uh,
finished it.
I just wanted. I mean, there's a season 4 coming out right now.
Oh,
Actually,
it's.
the first episode aired Thursday on Joe's birthday.
yeah,
Oh, wait, dude. Oh, I bet that's on Hulu.
It is
Wait,
on
no,
Hulu.
it's
Would you like to watch this with me at
a.
some point? Actually,
I'm glad I got Hulu.
a
Not sponsored by Hulu, but I love Hulu.
hashtag sponsored by Hulu. Um, let's watch that sometime. But for now, tell us about your thoughts on seasons 1, 2, 3. Bradley, leave the room.
Okay, I'm gone.
I just thought about that.
Ping me
I'll,
when I.
I'll call you in
ping
a
me.
sec.
yeah.
We need like earmuffs time. Like everybody kind of has earmuffs time, it seems. But anyway,
except we were.
um, it honestly it ended up being a great show so far from what I've seen. Um, I feel like sitting down and watching the show week by week, I probably would have enjoyed it way less. Um,
Hmm.
and that's just because during the second season, after are we should we
Yeah.
do I need to say there will be spoilers?
Full spoilers.
Yeah.
Because
Like
on
I'm gonna
this-
spoil
on this-
everything.
on this podcast. We've done a spoiler free, a very long spoiler full, and now we're gonna do your quickie.
Okay, so the second season, like they're after the big reveal that they've been in hell the whole time, I was like, oh, that's a cool twist, But I was like, okay, so now what? Like, that's kind of the thing. The first few episodes of the second season just kind of have them replaying these gags out for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, like I get the joke, that's funny, but then the mission kind of becomes like, I don't know. It kind of gets stale, like episode 3 and 4, because they're still like repeating the same joke a little bit.
See, but one of those episodes, they do like a whole season's worth of gags in one, and I think that's where they were. That's where they had me again. I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, so, like walking into season 2, I thought it was gonna be like we would get more like going from season 1 to season 2. I was just like, oh, okay, so I guess the way they're gonna elongate this show is that every season is a restart. There's gonna be something new or different thrown in there, whatever, and then you get to like episode 3, you're like, no, fuck it, we're gonna tell them right now and go for it.
So yeah, you were saying, Tyler. Basically, season 2 then becomes a mission to help out Michael and not getting Sean involved, because then he would get retired. So it's them banding together.
Yeah. I really like the cast as well because it's Kristen Wiig. No,
Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell.
My love.
Kristen Bell and the actor who plays Chitty are fantastic.
William Harper is his name. He's so fucking funny.
But the actress who plays I'm forgetting all the names right now. I need like a good place IMDb.
Yeah.
I need a good place IMDb.
Is it Tahani or
Tahani?
Janet?
Tahani and Jason and
Janet and Michael.
Yeah, like
That's all
honestly,
the cast.
those six together are so fantastic. They're like honestly so they've been in all 46 episodes together. Like they have been in every single episode so far.
Yeah.
And Ted being like the long-term actor he has been is just fantastic. Jason Mendoza is like you don't think you would like him as a comedy relief character, but I do.
At first I didn't, and then I'm just like, God, dude, he's so sweet. He's
Just
so
like,
dumb and sweet. You can't help.
There's the weird love triangle that happens a lot too.
Oh, they all want to fuck each other. It's crazy.
It's fantastic, and I just like Janet learns to love because this guy is so stupid, and it's like the argument of like how wrong can you be? It's like being wrong 3 times makes him right, and it's just like okay.
Yeah, I like the reboot where they're like, and where Jason figures out, he's like, really? Even Jason figured it out, and then he does the snap and reboots it.
They bring in Maya Rudolph as the judge, who is fantastic.
Yes.
Oh my god, she's great.
Adam Scott is Trevor.
Holy shit. Big Step Brothers vibe from Adam Scott here.
Oh yeah, it's turned up a notch too, and there's a lot of great comedians who just make cameos every single episode.
Sean. His deadpan humor is great as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and overall, it has a weird wholesome vibe to it.
I'd say it's very wholesome. Yeah.
It was really funny. I was watching the show with somebody, and it's the first couple, like the first 3 episodes, when Eleanor is realizing how like crappy of a person she was.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't realize, like, you realize a little bit she's being crappy, but I was watching it with somebody and they're like, oh, hey, I do that. Oh, wait, I do that. Oh, wait, I do that. And they're still in the good place. And she's like, huh. I see now.
Interesting.
But yeah, I don't really have much else to say other than, like, I would say it's a top tier show that anybody can jump in and enjoy. It's for all ages, except maybe younger audiences who.
I wouldn't say jump in. It's definitely a show where it's like you need to start from the beginning and go all the way.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like jump in the phrase like, dude, just sit down and watch it. Nobody needs to tell you anything about it.
Interesting thing about young kids liking it. So I listen to a lot of podcasts at work because it's a good time killer, and I do listen to the Good Place podcast. Sean's the host in there. I forget his name. But he talked about how like parents come up to him and they're like, my kids are actually learning about morals and actually thinking about the impact that they have, thanks to your show. And I was like, that's really sweet because like you have this really good comedy show that actually has a really good message and actually has a dramatic storyline, and it's all in 23-minute episodes of just like also top tier humor. Really, really unique mix of stuff.
The writing is just so fantastic because also they have a lot of inside jokes that continue throughout the show.
Yeah,
and none of them get annoying.
They're used just the right amount. Like nobody likes ethics professors, and just Eleanor saying "you're basic" and stuff.
None
like
of them
that.
are forced by the actors and actresses either. Like there's this joke about jalapeno poppers. And Jason really wants jalapeno poppers in heaven. But then when they go to the bad place, like they're like having this like party and everything, and there's just like jalapeno poppers everywhere. It's just like, oh man, that's just great.
There's little jokes where it's like, in the first episode, they talk about all these bad things that you can do, and that gets you negative points, and then you see some of the characters exhibiting all of those things, like having a vanity license plate or mansplaining to a woman, and then you just get explanations of that of people doing it in the bad place.
I really like the duality of Michael.
Oh, he's so good.
I really like how he was a good guy, and then he became a bad guy, and then they really drove home, no, he's gonna try and be a good guy. Like they did not mess around with like that character's complexity too much. Like, no, he is going to help them. He is going to stick by them. This is not some complex character where we're going to have him be good at certain times and then be bad at certain times. And it's like, even though he's like a demon, you know, like he like start like a 3rd season, he starts to find his own moral journey on Earth. And that's great.
And there's points. Go ahead. Sorry.
That was me. I was Joe.
Hey, Joe.
I was gonna say Michael's extremely important to the show, especially his arc, because a big theme of the show is about the people around you are the ones that help you become a good person.
Yeah.
So
your good place is the people around you.
Yeah, and so like Michael like realizing that he really does care about the people around him, like really changes his character to like, oh, I need to like this feels so good. I need like it needs to be for everybody kind of thing. Like he wants to make the world better or the life better because of the people around him, not just because it's a good thing to do. It's kind of selfish, but it's what drives you to become a better person.
It's really shown. I think it's a season 2 episode where they have to reset Janet because she's going to blow up.
Janet. They have to like obliterate her, like send her in the face.
Yeah, because she's learning emotions. She's learning how to be sort of human, and it's kind of breaking her. And she's like, Michael, you got to kill me. Why won't you do it? Why are you making a big deal about this? I'll just revive. It's like, it's because of friends, Janet. And it's like, oh, that's the moment where Michael really expresses that he cares about them, and you just get all those warm feelings. How do y'all feel about the setup? Joe, you're the only one who's watched episode 1. I tried to earlier, and I couldn't do it because my Hulu was fucking up.
Okay.
Was forking up, sorry. How do you feel? How do you feel about the setup of like
Season 4.
of or like the general setup of humanity it's become so complex to do a wholly good act.
Th-
Um,
that that punchline to like that you just said right there with the judge is
yeah.
probably my favorite moment in the show so far.
Where she goes to Earth and she's like, also I'm black there and they do not like that.
Yeah, like she's on Earth for 10 minutes their time, and it's just like, oh man, they don't like black people down there.
And it's so the show could have been ruined for me if the twist was there is no good place. Like everything is negative, it's nihilism. The fact that there is a good place, but that it's just so good to do a wholly good act these days. I just think that is such a good way to take this premise and feed into this experiment of if we give people the scenario of the good place, we can make anyone bring out the best in themselves. And I'm really excited
Right.
to see that play through in season
And like
4.
the big thing like there at the end of season 3 that I really liked was that like you shouldn't be judged by like the far ripples of your actions essentially. Like if you buy like someone flowers, but those flowers happen to come from a company that happens to like genetically modify them, grow them, and have a bunch of like wage slaves harvest them every day.
Yes, Joe,
That's not,
the craft
yeah,
Guatemalan macaroni slaves.
yeah. You like that's you can't be like so aware of everything going on in the entire world's life. Like
Yeah.
that's not fair to you as a human. That you already have so much that you're focusing on right in front of you. To think about so much further out is just unreasonable. Which goes back to saying that the people around you, the people that care about you, is what makes you a good person. You know, like when you surround by people that care about you and are there for you, that's what brings out the best in people. It's not when they're thinking about everyone else in the world, they're thinking about the people they care about most.
Um,
It re-
there's some really good episodes in season 3 after they're like, guys, no matter what we do, we're not going to the good place, and they're just like, let's do good just because. Let's just be good people
Mhm.
because maybe we can help others get to the good place. And I was like, man, that's really sweet. Everyone's grown so much at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it honestly, I think as as the consumer like watching it, it makes you feel not crazy
Yeah.
living in
Yeah.
like a chaos. Like they're like as like we know we live in a chaotic world and we don't know how to handle it and we feel like bad people a lot. That like the judge coming back is like, man, there's like all this crazy crap going on down there. Like, what the heck is going on?
I'm
And
black.
it's like, and it's like, oh, we're not crazy, you know?
It really sucks, okay? You gotta believe this.
So I just realized something at in like that kind of drives home the point of like why it's important to like it's the people around you that make you a better person is at the very beginning of this series. I mean not series but the season. It might have been the end of season 2. Eleanor joins that like help group that the guy is doing, like the environment group.
Mm-hmm.
And she tries her best. She tries to do everything she can, but she just hates
Well,
it.
she even likes it. It just doesn't pay off. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, when the going gets tough, it's like, I'm not gaining anything from being this good person. It was like a really real message. Like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes good deeds they are not benefiting you in the short term, and it's sometimes you just can't keep them up.
Yeah. And it's exhausting to be like a perfect angel all the time.
Yeah.
Like it drives you down. Like it needs like that's a whole other class of person to like do that every single day of your life.
That there is the episode with the gag where they do try to find the guy with the highest score.
Yes.
The guy who got really high on mushrooms and like guessed like 98% of everything.
Yeah.
And
Doug Forsett.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great.
Good guy.
And
he's miserable, by the way. He fucking hates it.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna walk for 8 days now
to deposit these like 80 pennies or something.
Yeah.
I have to do a 3-hour ceremony for a snail that accidentally died in my property.
Tyler, I had to do this, and you have to too. Rank the 6 characters from least to best.
Oh boy. Least to man. Oof.
I know. I said something and then I slept on it. I was like, My whole order was wrong. I regret everything.
I don't
said.
think I can do that.
That's fair. That is super fair.
Oh man, okay, like she is one of my favorites, and it's just because she can pull off bangs. But Tani, not too dynamic of a character. She's like, you're making me do this, but none of them are bad.
They're
characters.
all fantastic. It's just like order your babies. This is your bad place. You don't have to.
And Jason, and then
it gets really hard.
Chidi, then Michael, then Eleanor, and then Janet.
Man, that episode where Janet is every character, that is Emmy worthy. She was playing everyone so fucking well.
Janet is a fantastic character. She drives her not a robot, not a she home very well.
Yeah.
She's one of, if not the most unique character I might have ever seen. When you just think about it, she's crazy unique.
One of my favorite parts is when they're having the bar fight, and if she's halfway into like the portal thing, she can spawn stuff.
Yeah.
And she gets her powers back, and it's great.
One of my favorite jokes was the first time they go to Earth and they're dicking around and they come back and the judge is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" and just pissing off or just being angry at them. Like Janet's like a printer and all of her stuff that backlogged starts showing up in that new place. She's like, oh, this isn't good. And like a rotor comes out from the sky.
I like when she's like, Michael's like, Janet, tell me you do not have a cactus in your hand. I do not have a cactus. This is the files. Janet, trust me, Michael, I would not lie about this. And then she hands him the fucking cactus, and we all knew it was going to be the cactus, and we still laugh.
Oh, that's a great episode. My favorite part is every time she tries to, like, they try to reboot her. She's like, it will be deathly real. She's like, no, don't kill me. I have
kids. Two other good jokes. Jeremy Baramy and the time knife fucking killed me.
Jeremy Baramy and the time knife?
Yes.
I thought the Jeremy Baramy was like a play on timey-wimey stuff from Doctor Who.
I could see it.
But it's Jeremy Baramy. It's like, what's the I for?
Oh, that's Tuesdays, but and then he's like, "This broke me."
He goes, "That's Tuesdays," and everybody went, "Yes." Everybody goes, "Yes." I remember
getting to that episode, and the title was just Jeremy Baramy. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I watched it, and like, I had to pause the episode because I was just dying for 10
And then Chidi with the time knife, he's like, "I saw the time knife," and then he's just losing it.
I feel really bad because I just finished watching The Good Place, and I was sitting around last night. I was like, I can either watch Coco again or restart The Good Place.
All right, we got to get Bradley back in here, man. That was a fun talk.
He's on my space station. He took my spot.
Yeah.
Special guest Bradley gets to come back to Earth.
What are we talking about next? I forget.
We'll find out.
We'll